Hello class, I am Jack Morrell, your guide for today's experience through the great sporting events through 1990 to 1994. To start things off, if you look to your left, you will see the MLB wall. The first event we want to look at is the 1990 World Series, where the defending champs, the Oakland A's, were favored to win, but the Cincinnati Reds were fearless and swept the A's with a shutout in Game 1. The other World Series champs are right below, along with the Hall of Fame inductees. Now, if you look over to the middle of your board, you will see the NFL section, and more importantly, the 1991 Super Bowl between the Giants and the Bills. This is ranked the second greatest Super Bowl behind the 2017 Super Bowl. It was the Bills' first trip to the Super Bowl, and at the same time, the United States had just begun operations in the Persian Gulf, so there was a cloud of fear and patriotism. It came down to a field goal by Scott Norwood from the Giants' 29. Scott, an all-pro, missed the kick, pushing the ball right, and the Bills lost the game. Below, you can see the rest of the Super Bowls, along with the Hall of Fame inductees. Now over to your right, you can see the NBA section and the 1993 championship game between the two-time defending champs, the Chicago Bulls, and Michael Jordan, versus the Phoenix Suns and the regular season MVP, Charles Barkley. The Bulls won the first two games, but they ended up losing the third 129 to 121. The Bulls bounced back, though, winning Game 4, but then again only to lose in Game 5. It all came down to Game 6, with the Bulls battling it out and winning a close 99-98, making the Bulls three-time champs, which has only a very few select teams have ever done. Now the rest of the champs and the Hall of Famers are below this great championship. Now if you look to the bottom, you will see the most important sporting event on this board and maybe ever, the 1991 Women's World Cup. This was a huge event for women's athletics because it was the first World Cup for women's and one of the first major sporting events for women. The World Cup took place in China, and the finals were between the United States and Norway, with the game-winning goal coming from Michelle Akers, who also scored the first goal. This was the first U.S. soccer championship of any kind, and what better to do it in the first World Cup ever. This game really brought light onto women's sports and showed they can be just as good as men. The Cup was a great basis for women's soccer and started a craze and growth in America and in the rest of the world. Without this tournament, women's sports would not be where they are today, and it gave confidence for many women to participate in sports and try new things. We also have the men's side of things, with the World Cup hosted in the United States in 1994. This World Cup broke the average attendance record per game, which still stands today with an attendance of 3.6 million for the final game, which is the highest in World Cup history. One great moment was the U.S. win over Colombia, who were the favorites to win the tournament. The U.S. made it to the round of 16 to get knocked out by Brazil, who went on to win the tournament. It was a great performance for the U.S. and with a lot of memories. Now in the same section, you can see our performance in the 1992 Alberta Winter Olympics, which was the last Winter Olympics to be in the same year as the Summer Olympics. The United States had 5 gold medals, 4 silver, and 2 bronze, coming in 5th for the medal count. Now in the 1992 Barcelona Summer Olympics, the United States got 2nd with a medal count of 37 gold, 34 silver, and 37 bronze. Finally, the Lillehammer Winter Olympics in 1994, with the United States again getting 5th in the medal count, with 6 gold, 5 silver, and 2 bronze. This is all for your sporting events from 1990 to 1994. Thank you.